Familia, bienvenido otra vez a la podcast de I Am Legacy con un invitado de lujo esta noche, pero tienen que aprender inglés porque al final del día estamos aquí en Norte Carolina, Charlotte, Estados Unidos, y tenemos que aprender ese idioma porque mi amigo aquí todavía no aprende español, pero para allá vamos, ¿verdad? So, un abrazo muy grande para todos. Queremos que estén aquí. Va a ser muy bueno. Ayúdenos a compartir este podcast, por favor. Ahora, en inglés. Welcome to the I Am Legacy podcast. We got a guest out of this world that you guys need to listen to his story, what his goal is, and what his purpose is. I think that's what the main topic is going to be about this afternoon. And I'm excited to hear myself. We're freestyling this. So, brother, first of all, thank you for being here, man. Looking forward to it.
My pleasure. My pleasure.
How's everything going, man?
Man, amazing. We just came off of
I think we had a malfunction with the.
There's no malfunction on.
Yeah. This when you're live, this happens. So
Sure.
we're good. Okay, let's see if we're on that.
There you go.
Yeah. No, but I'm feeling amazing, bro. I mean, we just came off of a 26-hour drive from Texas, where we finished the first half of the Maca tour. We went back down to Texas, picked up the second half of the family. So now we got the whole family with us, and we're here, bro. We're here.
Awesome, yeah. Brother. Awesome.
Haven't slept in over a couple of days, but I'll catch up. I'll catch up tomorrow.
Awesome, brother. Awesome. So talking about drive, man, that long drive you just had.
Mm-hmm.
What drives you to do what you're doing right now? So I want to start before I want to give people a little bit of a chance to get in here, man, with us.
Mm-hmm.
But let's talk about drive. What is? I know your schedule over the next few days, man. You're gonna be flying from West Coast to the East Coast, South, everywhere. You're gonna be driving. You're gonna be going to a lot of different cities. You got the whole family with you, and like you just said, no sleep for the last couple of days. So I don't think it's really a goal that drives you. I think it's more of a purpose, right? So I want to hear a little bit about what drives you right now, man.
Yeah. I would say biggest driver is, I love that you said that, purpose, bro. Purpose. We have a vision. I have a vision that I, with a certainty, believe was given to me by God. And I really, truly mean that, bro. I have a vision that says that we will be stewards of billions of dollars of capital and attention. Not because we're out here, it's not even my style to be, I don't flex all my cars. I don't show my lifestyle. I don't show all the things that I'm doing. That's not even my style. I don't care. I don't care to show people that stuff, because if you know us, you know what we're doing.
Yeah.
That's not part of my marketing. So making more money and getting richer and making that's only the scorecard. But the purpose of the billions of dollars in capital and attention is our global ministry. We have a global ministry that we want to do. And when I say global ministry, I mean relief work that we want to support for people learning the Bible. We want to do relief work and support work for people who need education with capitalism and need to learn how to open up a business and learn how to invest and use credit. We have a global ministry that we want to do for it. So we have this vision, and what we're doing in our company is, every member of our company, we ask them, what is your passion, purpose, or cause? Every member that comes into and the reason why we do this is because everybody has something, like you said, that drives them. Like, for example, Sierra, my better half, she wants to do something for teen mothers because she was a teen mother. Right? We have individuals that are opening up group homes for individuals who are re-entering into society from prison. We have individuals that want to support efforts for orphans. So how is it that we actually make the world a better place? How? Well, it's capital, it's money. And so that is the purpose, bro. We have a global ministry that we're already a part of. And this is something that so I always said this, listen, if I was not an entrepreneur, Julio, I would be a social activist, some sort of social work. You know what I'm saying? I love people, bro. Like, I love helping people, and I don't want to just make people laugh and help people make money. Few people make money. We want to start foundations. We want to educate. We want, like, by the time I leave, I don't want by the time I die, unless I live forever, which I hope God allows me to. Okay, but by the time I die, I want for my God to say, "Man, I didn't waste it on him, man. I didn't waste it on him." You know what I mean? That's the drive,
I
bro.
love it, man. So
And we're young, bro. You know what I'm saying? We're young, so why not? Now's the time to be working. Now's the time to be excited.
exactly,
Now's the time to
exactly,
be. If we're gonna lose sleep, now's the time to be doing it.
exactly.
You know what I'm saying?
So I love that answer, and I specifically asked because I can feel it right away that your drive is completely different than most, right? A lot of people follow the money, but the problem is if you're chasing the money, it's gonna run forever, right? So
Yes.
so
Yep.
many people are after the money, man. Which at the end of the go, let's run it back, and I want to give people for all the people that are watching us right now that don't know you yet a short story on that.
Sure.
How you started, what motivated you,
Mhm.
how you got here, right?
Mhm.
But for me, real quick, I'll tell you this: when I started 5 years ago, the only thing that mattered was survive,
Sure.
pay the rent,
Yep.
pay this.
Yep.
There was no goals, there was nothing. It's hey, let's eat, let's pay the rent, do all this, and you grow, right? So
Yep.
once you get past that, then you're on the part of like, okay, now I'm surviving.
Yep.
I got a little bit of money in my pocket.
Mhm.
Now it's okay. Now it's I can set goals, right? Which is what everybody thought we had to do, right? So then I set goals like, okay, I want to have 10,000 in my bank account, 50,000, 80,000, 100,000 in my bank account. We kept meeting those goals, right?
Mhm.
And then at some point, it's like, okay, it changed from goals to like a purpose.
That's
Okay?
right. That's right.
So then the purpose became helping people, right?
Yeah.
Changing lives,
Mhm.
bringing this information about real estate to underserved communities, people like us, right? Um, and then it grew even more. And at that point, when my purpose grew, it got scary for me, right? Because I mean, if your goal, if your purpose don't scare you, man, that means we're not dreaming big enough, right?
Mhm.
So that's kind of the map that it took me to get to the purpose that I'm at now. So I kind of want to hear how you started and how you got to the mission, the purpose that you have right now.
Yeah. So for me, I was, prior to being in entrepreneurship. So number one, you got to understand this about me. I am an obsessive by nature.
Oh
So
yeah.
when I choose something to do, that is my thing. I love
Okay.
that thing, and I'm focused on that one
Yeah.
thing, right? Before business, it's God and the Bible and my ministry.
Yep.
And the reason why a lot of people don't now, I'm starting to be very loud and unapologetic about it,
Yep.
right? But that's only very, very recently.
Yep.
I've been influencing on social media for years now, and I've never talked about the scriptures, never talked about the Bible, nothing like that. And the reason why is because I sell stuff online, and I never want anybody to think that I'm utilizing my
Yeah.
I'm utilizing God to say,
Yeah.
hey, you can trust me, buy stuff from me. It's so corny to me, it's disgusting to me. No, if you're gonna do business with me, you're gonna do it because we have an offer that's good for you. You know what I mean? And so prior to getting into business, the full time I was in a full time ministry. I was 100% volunteer, and I supported my own ministry as a substitute teacher, making cabinets and other little odd end jobs that I could find. But I loved teaching, bro. So like being a substitute. Yeah, and I was a Bible teacher, bro. I was a full time Bible teacher, and so now that's still a passion of mine, right? That hasn't been replaced. I love it, bro. I love the scriptures, bro. Greatest self development book. Not that it's only a self development book, right? But it is the greatest self development book ever. I don't care what anybody thinks.
Yeah.
I don't care what you believe. You know what I'm saying? That book is the best self development book, bar none. Don't care what you believe. Come box me. Come fight me.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Hands down. And so then I got married, and I met my first wife. I met her in the religious organization I was with, and I won't go into too much detail, but long story short, I was helped to see that, hey, your spirituality is cool, but that alone doesn't pay the bills. You know what I mean? You can't just be you know what I mean, holy, and then you think that life is gonna be good and God is just gonna be blessing you. No, you still have to put in the work. You have to invest in yourself, and that's expected from you by our Father. You know what I'm saying? So, you know, when that was brought to me and I realized, dang, I don't have it all together. You know what I'm saying? I was about 23 years old. I was a young married man, and I realized I don't have it together in terms of my finances. I was happy, I was young, I was excited, I was newly married, but I was not making any money. And so I realized, man, this is a whole aspect of my life that I need to start developing. And so at about 24, 25, I started looking for how can I make more money, but I don't want to go to school because I'm a natural rebel. I hate school, bro. I do not like school, and I hate the education system. I always have hated. I dropped out of high school when I was a sophomore, so I only have a 10th grade education and a GED. You know what I mean? I knew that I was going to be able to be successful without it. But once it was brought to my attention, hey, there's this other aspect of you that you have to start focusing on. That's when, boom, the bug bit me of entrepreneurship. And I started looking for what are different places I can go that I can, if I invest in myself, I can make more money. Sales. So I started doing door to door sales with energy, direct sales, selling in Sam's Club, selling different breads and things like this. You know what I mean? And then finally, somebody told me about a seminar that was coming to a local hotel near us called the Legacy. It was called the Legacy
Hey,
Tear.
man, science, right?
Legacy. And, and basically they're going to teach you how to do real estate, watch this, with $0 and with no credit. So I'm like, bro, this is either a scam or it's a blessing. So I'm like, okay, I have nothing to lose, let's go see. Bro, I get there. The guy in front of the stage was speaking so enthusiastically about how he was showing the pictures of his checks, 10,000, 15, $20,000 that he was making over and over and over again by contracting real estate and then selling the contracts to his buyers on funding partners without using any of his own money and any of his own credit. I was bitten, bro. I was in love, man. Now, of course, it's at the end.
Hold on, there's somebody.
Sound.
I don't know. Can tell people from Facebook if they can hear.
Well, can you chat if y'all can hear us?
Yeah, that's how we sound. Luis, what's going on with the sound, bro? Thanks for letting
Go
us know.
check the sound.
Because I
Go
think we
check
record
it.
a whole podcast.
Yeah.
Bad sound.
Keep talking.
Mic check, 1 2 1 2. Luis, you're checking?
Oh,
Mic
it
check.
says sound far and echo. One second.
Are you sure it's not the connections? The
They said-
phones? It's not the phones.
No, sound.
Hey, y'all put in the chat. Hey, y'all put in the chat if y'all can hear us. Should we start over? Antonio says he can hear.
Yeah, that's the point.
What up, Luis? Mic check, 1 2 1 2. 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 Yeah.
Yeah, I think let Luis know it might be on his end.
Yeah, Luis, it might be on your end, brother. Yeah, Sergio says loud and clear. All right, beautiful. Beautiful, beautiful. I'm going to go to YouTube now already.
Here it says that the mics don't sound like they're connected.
Oh.
1 2 1 2.
Oh, he says there you go. Luis says Daisy says Facebook is fine, and Luis said there you go. So we're good. Yeah. All right. So everybody, we good? We good, everybody? Yeah. All right, we in here. Let's get to it. Could hear before, but the sound wasn't as crisp as now. All right, beautiful.
Okay,
beautiful.
cool. Perfect. Awesome. Sorry about that, guys.
Yeah,
Technical difficulty, but we'll get it together. Okay, so my bad, man.
You're good. Okay, beautiful. So yeah, so watch this. So I go to this legacy tour event, right?
Yep.
I'm sorry, I go to this legacy event, which is a hotel event, right?
Yep.
Guys teaching, boom, 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 boom. I'm in love. I'm learning about wholesaling, right?
Yep.
And at the end, he says, if you want to learn more, it's one payment, $500, and you get to come to the weekend where we're gonna break
retreat, right?
everything down for you. Man, listen, I was broke as a joke, bro. I leaned over to Shorty at the time. I'm like, hey, listen,
Let's do
Can you
it.
spot me the 500? Because you know the way my accounts is looking right now, I don't have it. You know what I mean? And Shorty blessed me with the 500. I went to we went to that weekend event. At the end of the weekend event, they broke everything down, right? And thoroughly. Creative finance, wholesaling, flipping, everything. Broke it all down, and they said, listen, if you want handheld training, we'll give you the whole shebang for $30,000.
Almost
Listen,
nothing, right?
Tell me why, bro. I was hitting up family members. Hey, listen, do you believe in me? Can you invest in me? Because I was broke, bro. And it hurt my spirit so bad. I just got to tell the story because I've never told this one online.
Yeah.
Bro, none of my family invested me. Go figure, right? I wouldn't either if I was them. But bro, what hurt me was I wanted it so bad, bro. I was hungry, bro. I went to the speaker, the teacher of the weekend, right? I went to him and I'm like, listen, do you really believe in this thing? And he said, yeah. He said, I do. I said, listen, if you really believe in this, can you just teach me how to do it? And I will, and I'll give you 100% of my first few deals. You were telling me that the deal's $10, $15, $20, $30,000. So let me just be the person who gives you, what that brings you the deals, and you teach me. And he said, nah, it doesn't work like that. Man, I was so heartbroken. I was like, you don't believe in this, man. but yeah. So, what ended up happening is I'm like, man, I ended up leaving the seminar super heartbroken. And then I went online, bro. I went to YouTube University.
Bro.
Yeah.
Tell me why that is this. It's like mirroring my story, bro. So same thing, bro. Seminar, I think ours was like the $300 or $400 weekend.
Yeah.
Then it came the $30,000 sale, right?
Yeah.
I called every single person I knew, right?
Mm-hmm.
And it just didn't work out for me. And I'm glad they said no because YouTube was next, man.
Yep, that's right. That's right. Absolutely.
So okay, so you get to YouTube. From the time you get to YouTube to closing your first deal, man, how long?
1 year.
Holy
crap. Yeah, a year, because I was in Illinois at the time.
Okay.
And I was putting out bandit signs, and I was just making every mistake in the book that I could, but I was taking a lot of action.
Okay.
But just didn't have a script. Just asking, bro. I was going on Craigslist and finding wholesalers deals, and then trying to wholesale those deals. I was just doing all the stuff that
all the mistakes,
all the mistakes.
What it takes.
Yep. And then finally, towards the end of the year, right? I start to I hear on online Wholesaling Inc. Right?
Brent
Daniels, Tom Kroll, Cody Hoffine. Okay? I'm listening to them every day, bro. I'm just all I care about, bro, is wholesaling. And I gotta get my first deal. And I believe in it, bro. And I was just excited. Remember, I told you I'm very obsessed. I become obsessed. So I was doing bandit signs, but then they started talking about that they highly recommend mailers. So I'm like, okay, bet. I can't afford mailers, because I looked into it. I'm like, I can't afford mailers, but I'm like, here's what I can do. And so I was like, I made one letter that says, Dear blank. Then I wrote the rest of the letter. I would like to purchase your property at blank address. Ba 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 ba. Here, call me back at this number if you're interested. Signed, Aaron Bevins, yours truly. Boom, 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 boom. Right?
Yeah.
Then what I did was I took that sheet and then I scanned a copy, hundreds of copies. And then what I did is I went through the list of the data that I had driving for dollars.
Yeah.
And then what I would do is then just write in the name from public records and then the address. Boom, 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 boom. And then we started mailing out the letters like that. And then I was doing that and bandit signs. And I got my first deal after about a year of learning about wholesaling, and it was a $750 deal. I made every mistake in the book, bro. I did not, watch this, bro. I did not, and it actually came from one of those mailers.
That's great.
Bro, whenever I got the contract, I didn't even submit it to title. I didn't know I was supposed to open up escrow. because I heard it selling contracts. So I'm going to people at RIAs and I'm like, hey, did you want to buy my contract? You want to buy the contract? And there was a gentleman, I hope he sees this. His name is Seth Teal.
Yeah.
He's in San Antonio, Texas. And he was very, very kind, very, very supportive. And he bought the deal from me. To this day, I know Seth Till. I hope you're watching this, god dang it. I know, bro, I know he got that deal at least $15,000, $20,000 cheaper than he should. He paid me $750. But here's the thing, bro. Here's the thing, Julio. That $750 may as well have been $1 million because I was looking around. The police are not coming to get me. It's legit. There's a title policy on this. What? Hell yeah, bro. I'm like, and bro, you know how you just said right now? This is how I know over the years, I know I'm a little bit different, bro. Because you know how you're saying, survival as the first, bro, I kid you not, on everything as my witness. I never had a survival phase, even though I was in survival phase.
Yeah.
I never had an emotional survival phase. Whenever I closed the first deal, bro, and I needed that money, when I closed that first deal, my first thought was, I am going to help so many people become rich. Because I'm just a natural teacher, bro. This is what I do. You know what I mean? I'm like, there's no way how come nobody told me this earlier? You know what I'm saying? And I went straight into that. And I think that's one of the reasons why our business, my wholesale business at the time exploded so fast, and our influence grew really fast in this space. It was like, bro, I went online and I'm like, all right, I'm an influencer now. I didn't have any followers. I'm an influencer now. I'm going to start teaching this. And that's what I started doing. And I've been doing that ever since, bro.
Awesome, brother. So I do think that's a difference in the majority of people, right? So when I say survival, it's like, all right, we will choose people like us, people that have that obsessive mentality, that those entrepreneurs that were born for this, right? There's no other option but this, right? So I do think that there's a difference between survival, because we're all surviving, right? But then that poor mindset, right? Because I was in the same boat as you, like, bro, I lived without electricity for 3 months when I first started, right? And it was like, I chose not to pay the $300 deposit to get my electricity because I knew that I could put that money towards deals through like other properties. So, but in no point within those 3 months did I feel sorry for myself or sad or broke or poor or anything, right? So I do think that broke is a state of mind, right? Poor is a state of mind.
Absolutely, 100%.
And for me, bro, we've been rich since we started this game, right? Since we have life, we get up, we're healthy. Like, what more do we want, right? Now it's just how many people we can help. So I love the story, man. A lot of people would have quit within that 12 months, right? Because that's a lot of work to go for $750, right? Yep. What after that first deal? How fast was the next one?
After that one, I had a friend named Frank Aldana, and there's a woman in San Antonio who's a good friend of mine. She's very special to me and my family. Her name is Mitzi Diane. Now, Frank Aldana, I want you to imagine, choloed out, bro. I'm talking. I was selling mobile homes at the time, and bro, and so one day I'm in the office selling mobile homes. It's my first day on the job. This choloed out guy, his name is Frank Aldana. He comes in. Dicky jumpsuit with the house shoes, you know what I'm saying? The wife beater underneath, buttoned right here, you know what I mean? It's San Antonio, Texas, you know what I mean?
Perfect picture.
Straight from the south side, San Antonio, Texas. And he's like, "What's up, B?" And I was intrigued by him because he was super cool, very funny, looked like he could beat you up, will probably shoot you, you know what I'm saying? Yeah. But he was very kind and friendly to me. And one day I heard him talking about, on the side, he's doing wholesale deals. He's closing 1 or 2 wholesale deals a month, on average $15,000, $20,000, completely free marketing, just doing JV deals. So he's making $30,000, $40,000 a month, bro, consistently on the side, wholesaling real estate. And I'm like, and I'm getting into wholesale. I just closed my first wholesale deal. So I'm like, hey, bro, you know about wholesaling? How do you know about it? He tells me, boom, 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 boom. And so he finds out about my work ethic, my hustle. He's like, hey, I like you, bro. He's older than me. He's like, I like you, bro. He's like, why don't we do this? you show me how you get those leads, because he wasn't tech savvy. He was
Yeah.
like, you show me how you get all those leads, you bring those leads, I'll help you lock them in and get them sold. Well, I didn't realize for the first 5 deals that we made, we probably did $100,000 together.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yep.
Before I realized all he was doing was locking up the contracts for me. But Mitzi Diane, and by the way, I love you, Frank. If you're watching this, I love you. You know what I'm saying? But it is what it is. You know what I'm saying? But Mitzi Diane was the one who was JVing with us to get the deal sold. So when I found out,
So everybody's making money.
Everybody's making money. So Mitzi liked me before she even knew me. You know what I mean? I'm bringing her all these deals she's closing.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But when I found out that it was Mitzi, I asked Frank, I was like, bro, can you connect me with Mitzi? We all became very good friends. To this day, we're all very, very good friends and still doing this business,
I'm glad
bro.
to hear that,
But
bro.
yeah, that's
literally the cost of entry, bro. It's connection.
That's right. Come
Connections,
on, man.
dude. That's the cost of entry. So when you come and people say, hey, it's because when people say, I don't have the money, I don't have the credit, I don't have a social security number, I don't have legal status, whatever that is, right? I don't speak English. I work all the time. I do all this. You can either choose to make those excuses or you can learn, bro.
Absolutely.
Learn, right. And the only 3 things you need to be successful in this industry is action, right? Education and connections.
Come on,
with
man.
those 3 things, there's nothing else you're missing, man. And you became an expert at making those connections. And those connections, what's your cost of entry? Yeah, you paid somebody a bunch of money, but you also made money. And instead of you paying to go to college, they paid you to learn.
That's right.
So
that's right. 100%.
It's part of the process, man.
100%.
I love hearing that. And I love that even more that you guys are still friends, man.
Yep.
Because most people would have took that the wrong way and be like, "Oh, you're making money off me."
No, if anything, I appreciated her. I was like, man, I want to meet this person because she's helping to change my life, and she basically became a proxy mentor of me, and she helped me make a lot of money. In fact, she was the first person that I didn't know anybody who was building a wholesaling business at the time.
Yeah.
This is back in 2017, 2018. So I didn't know anybody who's building a wholesale business at the time. Max Maxwell was barely like popping.
Right. I started 1 year after him, so he was my mentor. He didn't know yet, but he was,
exactly, 100%, 100%. So my thing is, okay, I need to find people that are actually making moves, and so I love that you said connection, because by being around Mitzi, one day, bro, we had closed the deal. And so we had this ritual that every time we would close a deal, we would go to the bar afterward and we would just have a celebration drink, nothing crazy or sloppy.
Yeah.
But we have a celebration drink, talk about business,
Celebrate,
boom, boom. Thank you so much. Good to doing business. And then woo, and then we go. But this particular time, she says, hey, I'm about to go do a team meeting at my office, which I'm like, dang, you got an office? That's crazy. Because bro, I'm still working from my little living room, you know what I'm saying? In my little duplex, you know what I'm saying? So I'm like, dang, you got an office? I'm like, can we come? She's like, yeah, come through. Bro, we go to her office. She has a team of like 8 to 10 people. And I watch this dainty woman get in front of this whole group like a straight boss, and she's leading. Full grown men are watching her and following her instruction. And in that moment, I said, I'm gonna do that. I'm gonna be a leader. I'm gonna be somebody who is running a company, who's running a business, who's helping other people make money, and we're working together, collaborating to build something bigger than us, right? But shout out to Missy. That was my entry into this game. That was and then my first full year, all praise to the Most High in the heavens. In my first full year, I did $500,000 in assignment fees, and I had never even prior to that even done 6 figures, bro. So it changed my life, bro. Absolutely changed my life.
That's awesome, bro. That's awesome.
Yep.
Now something that what you just said brought to my mind, right? When I first started this a year ago, 5 years ago, I was a year into the business, dude, doing great, killing it. It was actually a little too easy on my end, bro, just to start. We were blessed, man. But then I paid $12,000 for a mastermind. Okay, I'm not gonna say the name. I joined the mastermind. We did it. All that happened, but the reason why I bring up the story is because when I paid that, right? When I paid that, we go to 4 meetups. I mean, 4 retreats a year where we meet up with all the mastermind members. And a lot of these people were a lot older than me, right? And they've been in the business for 20 years, 25 years, 30 years, 15 years. And then we would all talk about our problems. And I would listen and I would tell my partners and my wife that my girlfriend at the time, I was like, hey, they're having the same problems that we are having right now. Like if I'm 20 years into this business and I'm still having the same problems, we're doing something wrong. Right. So immediately I was like, this is not the group I need to be hanging out with. Right. And they were all great people,
Sure.
amazing people. But I need the reason why I say that is because there's a huge difference between real estate investor and a business owner. Okay.
Yes. Oh,
Yeah,
talk about it, bro. Yes.
And you just said
Absolutely, bro.
You just said it, man. Like
Yep.
she was a business owner.
That's
right.
right.
The
That's right.
business worked for her, right? And so when a lot of people hit me up and they're like, "Oh, it's because I'm on the phone 24/7," and I'm like, "It's your business, correct?" And he's like, "Yeah." I was like, "Why are you on the phone, man?" He's like, "You can pay a VA, you can hire somebody on commission, let them do that. You do that's a $10 task.
Yep.
Your time needs to be worth more than that. You need to focus on better information,
Yes.
better data,
Yes.
connections. What's going to move the needle forward? What's going to make you $100,000 that month?
Yep.
Not saving $10 on a phone call,
Yep.
right?
Yep.
So I don't know what's your thoughts on that.
Yeah. No, I want to talk about this. I love that you brought this down and brought this up. So check this out. I know that there's somebody who's watching this or who's going to see this on the replay that you're like, what is this? What do you mean when you say there's a difference between being a real estate investor and a business owner? So real quick, 30-second. Imagine that we have like imagine that we have a line down the screen like this, and then a line down the screen like this, and you have 4 squares. Okay, you have 4 squares. And then this top left square is an E that stands for employee, and these are individuals who make money by giving their time.
Yeah,
they sell their time. They get paid by the hour, right? They're employees or their salary, but they still get paid by the time. Then in the bottom left corner, you have what's called the specialist or the small business owner. And this is the individual who, yes, they work for themselves, but that's exactly what they do. They work for themselves.
Exactly.
The barber, the esthetician, the chef,
even wholesaler, right?
That's what I was going to say. The wholesaler, the realtor,
Yeah.
right? This is so they're still trading time for money. The challenge with this, guys, is not that we're trying to say, oh, we're looking down or anything like this.
Oh, no.
Happens,
It's part of the process.
It's part of the process.
Yeah.
What happens if you were to get hit by a bus and you can't work? The money stops.
Mm-hmm.
So then you go onto the right side of the quadrant, okay? And at the very top right, you have what's called the B, which is the business owner. Now, a business owner is somebody who owns a system that other people work for you. This is one of the most strategic places to be in the world of capitalism. And then on the bottom right, you have the investor. And the investor is the one who lets their money make money for themselves. So a real estate investor is somebody who leverages money to make money. But a business owner is somebody who creates systems and processes and brings in other humans to work it for them. Right. So to answer, to bring out your question, because you're saying, what is my thoughts on this? I wanted to share that with them so that they know what I'm about to say right now. Okay. So what are my thoughts on this? My thoughts on this are look, you have, let's use the mechanic, because all of us can relate to this, right? You have the mechanic who he's the best mechanic in town. Man, he can get the parts cheap. He can boom, 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 da, 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 and boom, your car is fixed. He's the best, right? Now he says, you know what? I'm so dang good. I have so many clients. Shoot, I'm going to stop working out of my garage, bro. I'm going to open up my own mechanic shop. Mm-hmm. Well, now he goes to open up a mechanic shop and his first year is absolute hell. And he can't understand it. But man, when I was just out of my garage, bro, I was killing it, bro. Like all I had to do was fix the thing and they were good and I get my money. But now, why? Because he now is trying to be a business owner, which is a different skill set than being a mechanic.
Completely different.
You have to learn marketing. You have to learn accounting. You got to learn management for people on your staff. You have bookkeeping. You have taxes. You have to set up your LLC. You have all of these things that now it's war. You go into war. It's like whenever you go to plant your crops. That's like your business. You go to plant your crops, right? And as you're planting, watering, nurturing, what happens when it starts to grow? In the summertime, there's bugs, there's varmints, rabbits, the neighbors' donkeys that want to come eat your food. You know what I mean? There's people who are going to come steal your crops.
Driving by it, right?
You see what so what does that mean? It means there's war. You have to fight. So what happens is, same thing with wholesalers. Wholesaler, just like the mechanic, wholesaling is a trade. It's a skill set.
Mm-hmm.
So you have good wholesalers that, man, I understand everything about wholesaling, bro. Give me a deal. I'll knock it down. But now it's like, but after a year, 2 years, 3 years, you know this very well. What happens? You start to get burned out. Why? You're freaking doing everything.
Oh, yeah. No.
Doing the calls, the bookkeeping, the marketing, the sales, the recruiting, the onboarding, the training, the admin, the PR. Something bad happens, you're the one on the phone. 2-3 years later, you start to get tired, and it's like, man, I'm not as excited about this as I used to be. And this could be, you could be making money.
Yep.
And people that, oh, well, maybe I just gotta, maybe I just gotta write it out. And they just keep doing this until what? Until they never graduate to be a business owner. So what happens? Either their emotional spirit dies or their physical body dies first. But something will happen. And if you stay on that side of the quadrant and never learn how to run a business that operates without you, you are setting yourself up for a destiny of failure. Because think about it. If your business cannot run without you now, it doesn't never run without, then eventually you will die, right? You and I will die.
I agree.
So then your business has to die.
Yep.
So the idea here, y'all, is if our business is our baby,
Yep.
we need to learn the skill set of a B quadrant business owner, which is, how do I set up systems that other people work for me, so that when I get sick, when I want to retire, and eventually one day when I die, this business will outlive me. This is the way to freedom.
Exactly, man. So here's what I see with most wholesalers, and we train a lot of people throughout the entire U.S., right? But right now I see it all starts with leads, right? Without leads, you have nothing, right? After leads, you have acquisitions. You got to lock up the contracts. After acquisitions, you have disposition right here, right? After disposition, you got admin, right? Which takes it to the finish line. So your fresh wholesaler, or your people that are starting out, or just people that don't get it together, right?
Mm-hmm.
They're here. Then they'll run here. Then they'll run here. Then they'll run here. And then while they're running around, who's doing leads? Nobody, right? So then they get back to leads. Yep. They got to start all over, and then again. So they call it the real estate hamster wheel, right?
Yep.
And that's something that you have to stay away. You don't want to be playing the hamster wheel. You want to be sitting in the middle, making your systems better, saving time, putting your energy on the highest paid task,
yep,
right?
Absolutely.
So if that's you speaking to an attorney, that's a $10 job.
Yep.
Pay a VA, pay an assistant, let them make sure that gets closed. You need to be focused on bringing more money.
That's right.
More capital.
That's right.
Be more leads,
yep,
better contracts, better cold call script, because the cold call script is going to help the whole team, not just once, for every single
that's
call
right.
after that,
That's
right? Your system. So a bit, and that's what I think the biggest difference is when you build a business. It's like, okay, you focus on systems. And I forgot who said this. You may remember, but it's like, you don't rise to the level of your goals. You fall to the level of your systems. And people do not understand that, man.
That's heavy, bro. That's so heavy. Now, I will say there's a balance here. There's a balance, and I love that you said this. That in the beginning, there's going to be people that hear this and they're going to be all gung ho, and they're not making any money.
Oh no, at first
they're going to go.
Yeah,
they're going to go try to build
systems.
So please, y'all, please, if you're not making money, you have no business building your systems.
Yep.
You have no business. But Aaron, I'm an engineer. I'm very organized. I don't give a damn.
Get your first contract.
Get money coming in.
Yeah.
Now, should you start to spin the plate and learn about it? Yes, of course. But if you're not making money, you have to first understand your business and make some money before and establish some rhythm before you start doing it. Because what'll end up happening is now your business is not moving, no momentum. Then you're going to go build businesses to make your company heavier. You're going to make it heavier, and now it's going to be harder to push your business because you have all these systems that you haven't even tried yet. Go freaking make money first. Yeah, I don't
So
care about none of that LLC, no, none of that. Go make money first before. But as you start to make money, now we need to start focusing on the systems and the processes in order to do this the right way.
And people don't realize, man, how blessed they are to start from zero, right?
Oh man, that's
Dude, like
facts.
how, like I think about it now, and I did this by running through walls, man.
Mhm.
Right? People didn't want to show us. We were new. Like they just the communities, what we've built out since, didn't exist at the time.
That's right. Yeah, that's right.
They didn't exist. The system, none of that existed at the
Mhm.
time. So we
Mhm.
just ran through walls.
Yep.
We. But now thinking about it, everything I would have done differently, and what you just said is so true to everybody.
Mhm.
That from them starting from zero, man, they can stay lean. They can get the right systems.
Yep.
They can talk to you, and you can give them all the advice on what not to do. Right.
That's right. Yep.
Like having that is an unbelievable advantage in
Yep.
business right now, man. Which is
oh
like,
my goodness, yes.
how many mistakes that have cost you thousands or
hundreds of thousands. No, seven figures, bro. No,
Easy,
million. And I'm not
easy.
exaggerating. Millions of dollars, bro. Millions of dollars, bro. I'm not. That's no exaggeration. You can ask my
Yeah.
business. You can ask Sierra. Now, I will say this. You said something about the breakdown of that, and I love that. I want to give another broader breakdown, because there's some people here that maybe you're not wholesaling. Maybe you're creative finance. Maybe you're a flipper. Maybe you're none of those things, and you just like the way me and Julio look, and you're inspired. Okay? Hey, listen, watch this. I'm gonna give you a very basic 4-step breakdown of, I don't care if you're running a wholesale operation, fix and flip, sub 2, creative finance, all of the above, a real estate firm, or a strip club or lemonade stand. The
Or
same
all the
thing,
above,
or
right?
all the above, okay? It's the same thing. So watch this. Lead generation. By the way, a lead is somebody who says, yes, I might be interested in your product or service.
Yep.
Lead generation is number 1, okay? AKA marketing, right? Number 2 is called conversion. Some people call this sales. I don't like to call it sales, because in my opinion, sales is just a cog in the wheel of conversion. Because why? In conversion, you have sales, yes, the sales script, but you have the follow-up script, you have the nurture script, you have the contracting script, you have the post-contract script, you have to follow up with them after you get them on contract. That way you can make sure that they show up to closing. All of this is a part of conversion, not just sales, right? And if we're going to do a business, right? So you have lead generation, number 1. Number 2 is conversion, how to convert a potential customer client into a paying customer client. Then number 3, you have what's called fulfillment and delivery. What is that? Whatever they paid for needs to be given to them so that they're satisfied.
Mhm.
If I paid for a burger,
I want
I want my burger, and it better at least taste like the last time I remembered it,
Yeah.
right? If I go to the lemonade stand and I pay $1.50 for the lemon, I want my lemonade. So fulfillment and delivery. Now for us in wholesaling real estate and in right, the fulfillment and delivery is disposition and transaction coordination.
Mhm.
That's how we fulfill and deliver on the client on the front end. Then the 4th component that everybody misses, bro. This is the difference between the hustler and the entrepreneur. The baby with no hair on his chest and the full-grown mature man who's affecting change. Finance. Finance is the predictable process for what happens with the money. Money is spiritual in nature, and money is like water. That's
Money
what
is energy.
money is energy. But let's take it even further, because me and you know what that means, because we're a little bit more mature with self-development. But let's make it easy for them. Money operates exactly like water and women. Think about this, bro. We call it currency, current, like water. We call it liquidity. We call it cash flow, right? What is it called whenever you owe more than what you could sell it for? It's called being underwater,
Mhm.
right? Because why? Money, but what does that mean? That money is like water. Well, just like water needs to have, it takes the shape of the container that it's in, and it needs to have a system by which it flows to protect it and keep it. But what happens if you take a bowl of water and then throw it out in the street? You go there tomorrow, water's gone. It either seeps through the cracks or it evaporates. So many people, that's how they treat their money. They have no system for their money. They have no process for their money. So imagine that the process for the money is like the sewer, is like the pipeline, that the plumbing, right? It diverts whenever you turn this on, it diverts it through that pipe, right? But imagine if there's no pipe. It's like, where do you get the water? You know what I mean?
It would
There's
go
no
dry,
system.
right? Yeah.
Exactly. So many people, bro. I've seen so many people through my years of coaching, Julio, and I'm sure you have too. They'll make $100,000, $250,000, $500,000. A year later, hey, E, can I holler at you, bro? Yeah, what's up? Man, I need help, bro. What's up? Man, I don't have any money, bro. Like, I just need for you to help me get back on my feet. And I'm like, you just made $350,000 last year. How do you not have any money? Bro, I don't know where it went. Of course you don't, because it makes wings and it flies away if you don't have a system. So the fourth, and by the way, remember what I said, y'all, this is so important for everybody who is listening this live on the replay, is that these first three, the lead generation, the conversion, and the fulfillment, this is how you get rich. Number 4 is how you stay rich and continue to amass wealth if you have predictable processes for what happens with your money.
Awesome, man. One's rich, one's wealth. That's the
right.
difference, right?
That's right. Yep.
So question for you, man. And this one's gonna be a hard one. You cannot say both. You got to pick one.
Okay, I'm ready. I'm ready. Let's get it.
What do you put first? Or yeah, because they're both very important, right? Emotional intelligence or financial literacy?
Emotional intelligence all day long and twice on Sunday. Because
Why?
Because financial literacy is 80% of it is emotional intelligence. 80% of financial, the rest of the 20% is understanding the language, finance sheet, taxes, amortization, you know what I mean? Bank account, trust account. That it's just, you can watch this. Look, here, let me make a point here. You could right now, the average American spends a minimum, bro, of 365 hours in their car every year. If you look up right now how long it takes to get a master's degree, it's a fraction of that. So if you want financial literacy, literally no more listening to music on whenever you're in the car. You're going to be listening to how money works, the psychology of money. You're going to be listening to podcasts about money and capital and taxes and all of these things. Just do that for 1 year. There's your financial literacy. But emotional intelligence, this is the thing that we have to be focusing on. Because I love what you said earlier, and I want to know why you asked me that, right? But I do want to say this, that I love that you said being broke has nothing to do with what's in your bank account right now. It has everything to do with the state of mind that you operate in, your financial thermostat. That is the biggest thing. Because why? Bro, I have lost all of my money dozens and dozens of times through the years. Sorry to admit this to some of you who maybe I'm your hero, but it happens, and you know, hopefully you're better than me. But I have lost, and even to the point where maybe I didn't lose it, but I invested it all so that I was a little bit broke. You know what I'm saying? I was on ramen even though I was making hundreds of thousands of dollars. You know what I'm saying?
It's part of the process.
So what I'm saying is, have there been time even recently where all my money's gone? You know what I mean? And I have all these organizations, but money is out on projects and investments and all these things that we're expecting an ROI. It happens all the time to me. But if try to come to me and tell me that I'm broke, even if my bank account has zero, you might as well come to me and tell me that the sky is green. I'm not broke. I'm not broke. I'm rich. I'm rich.
People don't realize it, man.
Because think about it, bro. I love what Mark chapter 11, verse 24 says. It says, all the things you pray and ask for, have faith that you've already received these things, and then you'll have them. So if I'm operating and I have faith in my mind, I'm poor, I never make money, I never could make it. How can I take care of it? And I'm stressed. You know what I mean? And this is how I'm feeding my mind. What did he say? All things you pray and ask for, not just pray for, all things you ask for. If you have faith that you already have it, then you receive it. So if you're already telling yourself, I have faith that I'm poor, I was raised like this, I'm weak, boom, boom, guess what's gonna happen? We're gonna perpetuate poverty. So the emotional discipline to say, it's discipline, it's emotional discipline to say, hey, even in the worst moment of business, I have to show up with enthusiasm and excitement, not because I'm corny and all positive thinking. It's a discipline. It's a discipline. If you can, my mentor told me this, Julio. My mentor said, whoever stays excited the longest wins.
Awesome.
That's it. Whoever stays excited the longest wins.
Yeah.
And that's emotion. That's part of emotional intelligence, right?
So that's the reason, and I agree with you. The reason why I asked is because I wanted people at home to realize something very important. People give themselves excuses on why they shouldn't be successful, why they can't have what we have, why they're not gonna be able to do what we do, right? Because I'm broke,
Yep.
because I don't have the knowledge, I don't have the connections. They grew up in better areas that I didn't. All this, it keeps going, right?
Yep.
But the best investment you can do, you can start without anything, right? The best investment we can do is invest in yourself.
Come on, man.
Invest in yourself.
100%.
Let me ask you this. How many times have people ask you, hey, I have $1,000, I have 500, I have 10,000, I have 5,000. Where do I put this money at? Right. And my number one answer is like, like, dude, put that money in the bank, invest in you. Like right now, the fact that you're asking me this question tells me that you're not ready yet. Right.
Yep.
Because you need to be bringing value to the people around you.
Yep.
And if all you go to people is and ask, you're not leading with value. You lead with value, they're always going to want to return it back. So all that.
This is one of the reasons, Julio, why I was unapologetic whenever I was charging for coaching. I coach for free now. I don't charge for coaching anymore. But when I was charging for coaching, and my program was between $7,800 and $12,000, okay, for my coaching program. I had no problem. Oh yeah, I had no problem taking your last money. I had no problem taking your last money. You know how some people be like, oh no, it would be irresponsible to take your last money. No, I'll take it. You know why? Because I know exactly what you just said is true. That if you are willing to part ways with your cap. Now, I'm not going to push you. You know what I mean? You have to be the one to make that decision. But if you do, I'm not going to feel bad. The reason why is because I know that if you invest in you and you're here with me, that is the best thing that you could be doing. And quite frankly, you know, and I know you now, right? And I know a handful of other really solid coaches. But quite frankly, I'm like, if you're here with me, I feel safe that you're investing with me because I'm going to actually freaking serve you.
Yeah, compared to other
to other people who are not.
Those 3-day masterminds we used to sign up for.
You know what I mean? You know what I'm saying? And so, yeah, bro, 100%. That is the best investment you could. And by the way, this goes in harmony with the book by George Clason called The Richest Man in Babylon.
Oof.
By the way, I strongly recommend getting this book, guys. Very small read. You can read this in a couple weeks. Please go get it.
And read it over and over again. Because I promise you guys, put this thing on in the car, put an audiobook, read it. But like every single time you read that book, it's going to be like going to school all over again.
100%, bro. Yep.
All over again.
Yep.
One thing that I want you to talk me through, because I think we're very similar on this, and Luis brought it out as well. People like born entrepreneurs again, and people can become entrepreneurs. I'll tell you that right now. But there's people that were only born to be entrepreneurs, right? We have an obsessive personality, so we don't really we jump first and then learn on the way down, right? But there's a lot of people that have that analysis paralysis, right? They're like, oh, I need to, learn, watch all these lives, go to events, like do all this, like learn financial education first. And before I even make $1, right? What is your argument against what is the right amount of like knowledge compared before you take action, in your opinion?
The way I feel like it should go is I do a knowledge session, then take action. Knowledge session. So how much knowledge? You already have enough here to already go do something. So the first action, what did we already tell y'all? What did we already tell you? You should have already been going to YouTube. We told you that this is our education. You should have already been going to YouTube and looking for. You should already wrote this down. The second thing, George Clayson, we recommended that book. You know what I mean? The next thing we said is
Meetups.
Meetups. The second, we said connect with people. What's the next thing we said? Find a mentor. It doesn't matter if it's $50 mentor, a free mentor, $10,000 mentor, and don't let anybody tell you. I hate it, bro. I hate it when people say you don't need to spend $35,000 because you have people who do. Spend the $35,000 because even if you, like you were telling the story where you're like, oh, I don't want to say who they were because they were having the same struggle, but still, that's not what it's about. The fact of the matter is the universe recognizes infinite intelligence. Our Father recognizes you invested in you, period. Whether it's not a scam. Now, if
no. Let me finish.
Not to say that you were saying that, but I want people to know that.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying?
Let me tell you what happened because of what you just said. I spent the $12K, right?
Mm-hmm.
And we paid it, we joined it, we did it. I realized it wasn't for me, but still, we made connections.
Of course.
From that connection, we sold our biggest deal ever, where we made $175,000 on one wholesale deal.
Come on, bro.
Right? So, do you think I'm upset about the $12K?
Absolutely not.
This is what
I try to tell people.
You just said it.
But bro, this is why I'm saying this right now, because even just right now, how long have we been here? A little less than an hour, right? A little less than an hour we've been here already. Guys, you could leave right now and we've already given you everything that you need. So to answer your question, how much knowledge do I need? Okay, here's the best illustration. On how much knowledge do I need before I take action. I want you to imagine that knowledge is like a lamp, not a flashlight, a lamp.
Yeah.
Okay, a lamp that you're holding. Now, if it's pitch black, I don't know if you're like me. I'm from the country. I'm from the country in Texas, bro. My mom, like she was raised on the ranch, bro.
Yes, sir.
You know what I'm saying? So there's no street lights.
Yep.
I don't know if y'all ever been in a situation like this where it's pitch black. You have a lamp. Approximately how much light is in front of you, around you with a lamp?
Enough to take a step.
Enough to take maybe 3 to 5 steps.
Yep.
So if you want to see 5 steps ahead, guess what? You got to take 3 steps. This is the way knowledge works. Mm-hmm. So some people, they try to expand their knowledge so that they can see 5 steps ahead. That's not how it works.
A mile down the street.
They try to learn. I need to learn everything. No, you're wasting your life. No, you learn just enough for the 3 steps. Boom, you start taking the steps. Then learn more. Boom, keep boom, boom, and then boom, 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 boom. And that's how you learn. And one more. Let me give one more example.
Go ahead.
Because I see that we have some men here. We have lovely ladies here too. And so imagine if how many of you dance 2-step, you dance bachata, you dance salsa, you dance merengue, you dance cumbia. You know what I mean? I'm from Texas. Everybody dance cumbia in Texas. Yeah. All right. And so how many of you dance, right? Some of you, even just any other dance, right? TikTok dance. Imagine if somebody says, hey, I'm about to teach you how to dance. Okay, bet, teach me how to dance. Oh, I wrote a book for you to read it. No, that's not how you learn. No, you got to hear the music. You got to feel it.
Let's do
it one step at a time. So you have to. So how much knowledge do you need before you learn how to take action for dancing? Very minuscule. The same thing with everything else. You don't go and do a whole education. This is why I don't like school. Because school teaches educate years and years and years, years and years and years. Okay, go into the field, no experience. You know what I'm saying? This is not how it works. That's not how it works. And so you get a little bit of knowledge, you take action, and then you go, this is how to get rich. This is how to get rich.
Dude, I love it. So check this out. I've heard this recently, and it's so true, man. You dream big. You set huge goals, right? But you start small, right? And there's so many people that want to, day one, start investing $10,000 into PPC. They want to start doing mailers. They want to start doing all this. Like you said, man, start making money first. They want to open LLC. They want to do all this stuff, but it's now dream big, set huge goals that scare you, right?
Yeah, yeah.
But start small,
Yes.
right? One step at a time.
Mhm.
And the fastest way to ride a bike is to get on the
Woo!
get on the bike.
You can't teach a kid to ride a bike at a seminar.
Exactly. So that's it, bro. That's it.
Mhm.
Like, get on the bike, take
Yes.
action, and the rest
Let
will
me
follow.
say something
man.
else too, because I feel like this is a powerful framework that if people were to accept this and really appreciate it, like truly accept it and apply it in their lives, that they would be infinitely more happy, infinitely more fit, infinitely richer, and infinitely more satisfied and fulfilled in life. And here's the framework. The framework is problems are not bad. Challenges and failure are not bad. They are part of the process.
Love the
So
process.
here's what's so sad about this. So many people are so terrified of looking dumb, and so many people are so terrified of making a mistake and failure that they don't take action when it's like you're literally running away from the very thing that is required. Because you got to understand, pain and failure and temporary defeat is nothing more than feedback from the universe saying, hey, you got it wrong. Hey, you got it wrong. But we're like, oh, I got it wrong. I got it wrong. It's okay. Now you can
What's
fix
next? What's next?
it.
right?
Imagine if as little babies, the first time we learned how to walk and we fell down, we said, hell no, I'm not going to be looking stupid in front of all these adults laughing at me all day. We would have never learned to walk. And imagine if the first time we said a word wrong and we heard all the adults laugh at us because they thought we were cute because we couldn't pronounce the word. Imagine we looked and says, you know what? I'm not going to talk anymore because I messed up a word. This would be crazy. It's crazy to think, but this is how people think. That they're like, I'm not even going to try because the very thought, the very concept of temporary defeat and failure, it repels me from action. It's like, dude, you're going to be fat, unfulfilled, broke, and very unhappy in this life if you cannot thicken up your skin and say, hey, part of the game is failing. Part of the game is defeat. Part of the game is the pain, right? This
process,
is how you
man.
win. It's
the
part of the process.
Love
And you
the process.
learn to
man.
love it. Learn to love
Exactly.
it. Yeah.
So that's something huge for me, man. And I tell people that if you want safe, you want easy. I mean, if your opinion of taking risks scares you, that's exactly what you need to do. So your comfort zone
quote
is
of the
gonna scare
podcast. If taking the risk scares you, if the biggest fear is taking the risk and all, then that's exactly what you need to do.
That's it, man.
Golly,
That's
bro,
it.
man, that's so hard.
So we passed the hour mark, bro. We were only
We're here,
supposed
bro.
to be, but so
We're
last
here, we're here.
question for
We got
you.
we
man.
got some good engagement, bro. I love it.
Love it, man. A lot of comments, so we got to
Mhm.
go back in there and reply at some
Yeah,
point.
definitely.
But because this part changed the way I thought, and I'm so glad, man, that I learned this value at a very young age, right? And I don't know why, where, what, who, or anything, right? But the value of time was something that changed the way I do business, the way I do relationships. So for you, because we talked about it a little bit, right? And having a job is not bad, right? It's you got to do what you got to do to survive, to feed the kids, to pay your rent, to do whatever you think. But the goal is to change that as quick as possible, right? So the reason why I say that is because a lot of us, and I'll bring this up to you, man, because I think you appreciate this. Do you know the day of the week, every single week of every single month of every single year, the day that heart attacks rise by like 70%?
Whoa, no, I've never heard of it.
What day do you think of the week? Do you think that is
Monday?
Monday morning?
Whoa.
What time?
8 a.m.?
From 6 to 10 a.m.
Wow, I've never heard that.
Because people get up, man, and they go to work, they go do things that they absolutely hate, that they drain their energy, that they cause depression, they cause. So at the end of the day, yes, we sell our time, but I think time is life, right? Life is time. So you're selling your life for a certain amount of dollars on an hourly basis, salary basis, whatever you call that. When you have options, man.
That's right.
You have options.
That's right.
So at what or let's do this. When did you learn the value of your time? Because I know we didn't start right. At
Mhm.
first, when we're young, right? We don't
Mhm.
realize that
Yeah,
we thinking forever. And the reason why I ask is because most Americans we think in a way of like, oh, okay, I got my mother's 60 years old, right? In theory, I have 15, 20 years with her.
Mhm.
15, 20 years is a long time in the human
Mhm.
in the mindset, right?
Mhm. Mhm.
But then when I think about it, it's like, oh no, it's only 15 Christmases, right? Or 10, Thanksgiving
Mhm.
or 6 trips to the beach, right?
Mhm.
So when we start thinking in that aspect,
Mhm. Mhm.
then it's completely different, right? So I think the value of time for you, man, when was that for you?
The value of time. I started to appreciate the value of my time in a conversation with my mom one day. Because to be honest, this is time is such an abstract concept for me that I'm still struggling with. You know what I'm saying? Like right now, we've been on here for an hour. I kid you not, bro. It feels like we've only been here 10 minutes.
I agree,
Bro,
man. I agree.
Sierra is I probably get on her nerves the most. Cause I'll be like 5 minutes. And bro, an hour goes by like this, and I'm like, that's crazy. But but it was a conversation with my mom when I started. And so here's the conversation. I grew up, in a relatively spiritual household. And they did have some limiting beliefs. So mom, if you're watching this, I love you, but I'm going to call it what it is. All right. And we had some limiting beliefs growing up.
Yeah.
And one of those limiting beliefs was, it's taboo to make money, to be rich, to get online and talk about money, and so my mom, she's like, mijo, because my mom, those of you that know, my mom's Mexican, okay, and so she's like, mijo, what I'm concerned about you. And I'm like, what do you mean? She's like, you're really focused on like business and things like this, and I've normally seen you excited about God and things like that, and I'm nervous. I don't want you to, go down the wrong path. And I remember talking to her, and I'm like, why is my excitement about business and what I do and my passion, why is this concerning? She's like, well, I'm really nervous that blah 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 blah. And I remember talking to her, and I was like, let's put this into perspective, Mom. I'm like, how much money do you make an hour? And she told me. My heart broke, bro. I was like,
It's horrible, man.
Horrible.
Horrible, dude.
And I'm
When
like-
I
and I'm
found
like-
that question out.
Yep. Yep. And I was like, Mom, in the last week, I make what you made in a year. So I was like, Mom, I'm in a position to give more to our church, where I'm able to support the ministry. I'm able to feed people. I'm able to support you, right? At the time, I
Which
was
is the best, right?
right, and so I'm like, now let's also talk about this. How many hours a week do you work? And she's like, well, you figure 8 to 12 hours a day, times 6 days a week. You know what I'm saying? And I'm like, so do you think that it's God's purpose for us to be? Watch this. If you spend 8 to 12 hours a day, 6 days a week, 4 weeks a month, 12 months a year, with a vacation every now and then, and you do this for what? 5, 10, 20, 30, 40, 50 working years of your life? You have spent the majority of your life working jobs you don't want to work, with people that you don't want to be around, doing things you don't want to do for money that doesn't even excite you. So I was like, Mom, do you think that's what God wants? I remember she was just quiet, and she was like, well, just be careful. You know what I'm saying? But the point is, it was actually, I was having to process, because I was so emotionalized. And I remember it hurt me to find out, what she was making. And that's when I realized, oh, snap, that is the power of getting rich. Because think about it. If a person said, Julio, I made $1 million. And you're like, oh, congrats. And they're like, in the past 60 years, you'd be like, you're not doing that good, buddy. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But what if they said, I made $1 million in the last month? Now you're rich. What's the only difference? The speed,
The time.
the time. Time is what makes the difference. It's not even the amount. It's the time is the most important thing. It is the only resource that is truly finite. That once the second is gone, you never get it back. You never get that second back. Even oil can reproduce. It may take thousands of years to fossil fuel, but even the oil will come back. Not time. Not time. And so money, so it's what I call it, bro. What I call, and I'm so passionate about this. What I call it is modern day slavery. Oh, we think that slavery went away back in no, it didn't go away with Abraham Lincoln and the 13th Amendment or the abolishment of slavery. No, there's white slaves, Chinese slaves, Mexican slaves, Hispanic slaves, right? These individuals who don't think they have a choice, that they spend their whole life working for massa in chains. Massa, is it okay if I go see my daughter this Friday? We're gonna need you, we're gonna need you to show up this Friday because there's not enough people on the shift. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. That's no way to live. Grown man, 20, 30, 40, 50 years old, asking another man, can I go be with my kid? It's crazy to me. It is literally the same thing as slavery. This is why our passion is what our passion is in capitalism and teaching people these things, bro, because we want to help people to realize you have options. You have options. You don't have to stay here. You're in America now. You're in America.
Completely agree, man. Completely
And
agree.
by the way, some of you who are watching this that you're not in America, guess what? Now we have internet. So now, with things that are happening right now, it's very sad. Some of the people getting deported. I even have people who are close to me getting deported, bro. You know what I mean? We're in Texas. We're right next to Mexico. You know what I'm saying? It's a hop, skip, and a jump away. Boom, take them out. You know what I'm saying? Even those of you who are not in America right now, I have multiple people I have worked with who closed and funded their first deal, thousands of dollars. One of my first mentees did it from Japan, Colombia, Panama, Mexico, Canada. I think those are the countries. But even if you're not even in America, you still have access to the internet, which has access to America, and you can still do it by connecting with the right community.
So let me ask you this, man, because
come on, man.
Like, and I'll tell you this right now. I think four things. The four thing most important in a human being should be time.
Mhm.
First of all, without time, we have nothing.
Mhm.
Health, right?
Mhm.
We gotta prioritize health.
Mhm.
The connections we have, family,
Mhm.
right, and the spirit, our spiritual beliefs, right.
Mhm.
But what do you think about the people that because we living in the world that we live in, right? Wars, the political climate, all this. There's so many fears out there right now,
Mhm.
right? But the one thing they cannot take from us is what we have up here,
Mhm.
right?
Mhm.
Education,
Mhm.
right?
Mhm.
One of the strongest things that we can do, because let's do it this way. If I pick you up, take everything away from you, your
Mhm.
connections,
Mhm.
your name,
Mhm.
your phone.
Mhm.
I might give you $100, right,
Yep.
or something, and I drop you in
Shave my hair so I don't even have my hair, my eyebrows.
everything, whatever, bro. Anything so people do not know who you are, right?
Yeah.
Put you in any part, not just the U.S.,
Mhm.
any part of this world,
Mhm.
right?
Mhm.
Can you come back to where you're at right now?
Oh,
And how long would it
undeniable.
take you?
A year. 6 months max. 6 months.
You're gonna come bigger and better, and it's not because of your connections, because we took that away. It's
in
not
90
because,
days, I'll be a 6-figure earner. In 6 months, I'll be a multi 6-figure earner. In 18 to 24 months.
Why?
The first thing is it's who I am. It's my identity. I am a millionaire by identity, bro. Like, you can't tell me otherwise. I'm a millionaire. Doesn't matter how much is in my bank account. I'm a millionaire. And so because that's who I am, that I hang around millionaire friends. I talk like a millionaire. I walk like a millionaire. I think like a millionaire. I'm going to be my frequency vibrates on millionaire status, which is why we end up always, whenever we go places, we always end up around millionaires. Can't help it. We can't help it. We always end up around these people because this is how we think. What is the formula? It is so the biggest lie that I've ever heard the biggest subconscious lie is the formula for success. Oh, this is the worst. It's do, have, be. And we don't even realize that we perpetuate this when we say, okay, what do I got to do to get $1 million? Then once I get $1 million, then I become a millionaire. That's not how it works. If that's the formula where you're thinking that you're going to get $1 million by going and doing the stuff that a millionaire does, is not going to work. I promise you it's not going to work. This is why, but now here's the proper form. It's not do, have, be, right? I do the stuff of a millionaire, get $1 million. Now that I have $1 million, I'm a millionaire. No. Here's what it is. It's be, do, have. In other words, you become a millionaire.
You got to believe it.
Yeah, you become a millionaire. But it's deeper than even believing in the millions. It's deeper than this. It's I have to become a millionaire. Then I will naturally do the things that a millionaire does. Therefore, it is inevitable so that I would have $1 million. This is why I love the quote from Brian Tracy. He says, if you hit the lottery and you become a millionaire, if you hit the lottery and $1 million hits your bank account, best you become a millionaire as quickly as possible to keep as much of that money. How interesting is that? Because somebody could get $1 million in their account and still not be a millionaire. Why? Because that's not who they are. And by the way, if you give them $1 million, you spend $1, no longer a millionaire. You're now a thousandaire again.
Without even taking out taxes, right?
And that's without, no, we're not even talking about taxes, right? And so the point is, it has nothing to do with what is in your bank account. Is it possible for some douchebag, lazy screw up to stumble across a big whale of a deal and have $500,000 go into their bank account? Yes, it's possible. And guess what ends up happening? They piss it away.
Give it right back.
And they give it right back to the universe. Mm-hmm. So again, and then is it possible for me or you or entrepreneurs to go broke in business and still be a millionaire? Of course, because it has to do with who we are.
State of mind, right?
That's 100%.
So quite funny story, man. Well, it's not a funny. We were in a podcast with Luis about 2 weeks ago, right? Mm-hmm. And the question was, what? Now that you're in the position you are, you've done what you've done. What does it feel like? Mm. What does it? Because obviously we come from a trailer park, living in a trailer, like doing all this, and my answer to him was exactly how I expected it to be, right? He's like, because I saw myself here years ago. Like this is not new to me.
Yes.
This is not new to me.
Ain't that something?
But that's the mindset. That's what you said. You got to be. I've been in this position since I started this.
That's right. That's right.
Since I was a kid, since I saw my mom working for $200 a week for 12 hours a day, right? Like that's who we are. And you can't, no matter what the amount of money in our bank account, it's what we can do with what we have here, right? So, brother, once again.
Yep. But before we finish, bro, I got to say something. Can I say something about the Maca tour really quick?
No, we haven't started. Yeah. I mean, so that's what I was going to say. Let's do your announcement. Where can everybody follow you, bro? Because you're getting a lot of love on the comments here. So, name about your tour, man.
Okay, so I just want to talk about this, and I'm not selling anything. I have nothing to offer you except for this. We have a tour right now. I would love for you to follow me. If you see my name right here, right, Aaron Bevins, you can follow me on IG. Aaron Bevins, same one. You can follow me on TikTok, same thing. Follow me on Facebook, same thing. You can follow me on YouTube. Please subscribe to my YouTube, same thing. And I give away lots of free content. I have nothing to sell you right now. Here's what I want to draw attention to, which is why I wanted to be here with Julio, why I rock with my brother Luis here, and why we're here on this tour. Okay, before y'all leave, we're on a tour, me and my family right now, called the MACA tour, MACCA. It's called Make American Capitalism Cool Again. And this has nothing to do with politics and anything like that. We're not politically affiliated. This has everything to do with, guys, I hope you can tell by our passion with talking that we're really here speaking about something that's so important, and that is understanding how business and capitalism works. It's no longer a matter of I need to go start a business just because of a luxury. No, SSI, for many of us, is not going to be here. Social Security, the pensions, the government is not going to come save us. If y'all know what Donald Trump is doing with the big, beautiful bill, then you understand he's removing a lot of the support for Americans. Now, I'm not here to talk bad about the government. I'm just saying what it is.
Facts.
So if you know this is the case, then here's what I'm saying. We must begin educating ourselves with how stocks work, with how the economy works, with how capital works, how to invest, how to start a business, create an LLC. Now is the time. We are right now in the middle of a perfect storm that is currently brewing right now. Goldman Sachs right now on Wall Street, right? These guys do not get paid to get it wrong. You know how they say nobody has a crystal ball? Well, these guys do not get paid to get it wrong. Okay? These are very, very powerful, intelligent people. You know what they say? Right now, as we speak, the baby boomers own the most amount of land in the entire country of America by a landslide. The youngest baby boomer right now, Julio, is 60 years of age as of 2024. Okay? Now, the average lifespan in the United States of America is 75, 80. Okay? Goldman Sachs is predicting, so that means all of the baby
Transfer
boomers,
wealth.
they're done. They right now are projecting the most conservative estimate out of all of them. Goldman Sachs, most conservative, 41 trillion with a T dollars in wealth transfer. And right now people are scared because, oh, the market's correcting. Yeah, like as if it hasn't done this since the beginning of the market. What the hell? What the hell? People are, it's fear. That's why emotional intelligence is so important. The point is this, right now, we are seeing the greatest wealth transfer in American history. $41 trillion, to put into perspective, is going to make the gold rush look like the Great Depression, and it's happening now. So even with the market correction, there are billions upon billions upon billions upon billions upon billions upon billions upon billions of dollars that are going to be extracted and put in the pockets of the individuals like you who are facilitating this wealth transfer, because they need people like us, real estate agents, brokers, wholesalers, and other listing services in order to facilitate this wealth transfer. So I'm saying this, guys, because we really believe that now is the time for you to be educating yourself, educating your children on American capitalism. Learn how to start a business. Get away from the limiting beliefs. Start hanging around the people like Julio. Start hanging around with people like Luis. Start hanging around with people who are actually making moves, following them, even if it's just on social media. That way you can be filling your mind with the right things. And this is what we're doing. So if if you follow me and you see that we're gonna be in a city near you, please DM me, connect with us. Me and Sierra would love to connect with you and meet with you in person. And again, we have nothing to offer you, nothing to sell you, anything like that. We just want to pour into people and make connections with people and continue to grow our organization. So
awesome, brother. Awesome. So if anybody's interested, please send us a message. We'll send you guys the flyers with all the cities they're going to be in. The events itself, they're free, right, to go to, or is there a cost to get into your events?
Yeah. I mean, if you want to connect with us, then you can. It's free. We're not going to charge you to come connect with us. And
okay, awesome.
Mastermind with us or anything like that.
Awesome. Yeah, just let us know. Or even if whatever you guys are offering, send it our way. We'd love to post it on our social media.
Yep.
That way, everybody can have access to you guys. Great information, man. I do think that millionaires and billionaires are going to be created in the next few years in a rate that we can't even imagine, right? We can't even imagine, right?
Yeah.
So
I have a philosophy, Julio, that more millionaires are going to be created over the next 15 years than in the last 50 years combined.
100% easy, man. AI and then the transfer of wealth that's happening with the baby boomers right now, that became with the internet, man. It's unbelievable what's going to happen.
Cool. That's so cool that you know about this,
Yeah.
bro. Like this is why I like being around people like you, bro. I love it.
So I mean, that's the only way we can take advantage of opportunities, man, is by educating ourselves over things that really are going to make the difference, things that will move the needle forward, right?
Yep.
So I'm extremely interested in following the story, man. Anything you guys need from us, let us know. And everybody that's watching, please share this video.
Like
Follow
and
my
share
man right
it,
here.
please. And even if you don't like and share it because you're too lazy to like and share it, can you at least do a comment, drop a heart, tell us you love us? Because the more engagement that you give us on this episode, the more we're able to get this in front of other people. And the algorithm will say, hey, people are watching this and people like this, and they'll push it out in front of more people. Julio's not charging for all of this. You should see how much investment he's put into all of this just so he can give free value to many of you. And so please, the best way that you can pay us back for pouring into you and doing this for you. We didn't ask you for anything. Like this, share it. Please tag somebody into this. It would mean the world to us, and we really appreciate it, guys.
Awesome, brother. So once again, follow him on all the social media, especially YouTube. Same thing with us. I Am Legacy on all social medias: Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, YouTube, and we're here to help you guys out. See you guys next time. Oh, wait. One last thing. One last thing we almost forgot. The team just reminded us, guys, we have a huge event coming up this Saturday. Aaron will be there. Our guy, Luis, is going to be throwing this event. It's going to be top notch. You want to invite them real quick?
Yeah. Can I? Oh, dang, he put me in a suit. Oh, yeah, I forgot about that. Yeah, so basically, y'all, this event is really powerful because you're going to be learning the principles that we were talking about on how that you can actually build wealth. How can you actually get into the game with and even if it doesn't, I'm talking, you're going to be learning how to do it with no money, how to do it with no credit, and how to leverage your connections. There's going to be people on the stage who have dedicated their life to the crafts that they're talking about. Luis has put countless amount of dollars, countless amount of time, energy, and effort into putting together the most high quality event for you. And now I want to tell you about what I'm going to be talking about. I'm personally going to be talking about how you can get rich fast. And I'm going to be showing you how there's really no other way to get rich other than fast. How some people say that there's a get rich quick scheme. And that's the only way that's the only word that should follow get rich is scheme. Because they say or get rich quick, it should be scheme. Because they're like, no, you can't get rich quick. Anybody that says get rich quick is, it's not overnight. And it's like, wait, nobody says it's overnight. The only way to get rich is quick. The only way. And I'm going to be showing you that on this coming up weekend at the event. And by the way, this is not clickbait. I'm truly going to be showing you exactly how the formula on how to get rich in whatever calling that you choose, and to do it fast and to do it the right way, utilizing true, tried, and tested principles. But yeah, I'm excited to be here. I'm excited to be serving North Carolina.
Guys.
And if and when you come to the event, please come hang out with us, come talk with us, because we can't wait to connect with you and meet with you in person.
Sir. So once again, for my part, we're going to be speaking on business and principles and how to turn that side business, that side hustle, into an actual business for you. Guys, time is money. Money is time. Luis is setting the price very low for you guys. The tickets are what? $49.
Oh gosh, well,
dude, like
that's literally, bro. That's literally 1 week of Starbucks.
No, that's 1 day for us, right?
I know, right? We just spent more than that today.
So, guys, so if you were to tell me I could pay $49 to get in the room with this guy, with Luis, with the other speakers, I'd pay it 5 times over, right? Because the more you pay, the more attention you're gonna pay.
That's right. That's right.
It's
we literally just talked about how making an investment in yourself is the best thing that you can do.
Exactly.
And those of you who are still watching this, the thousands of people who are gonna watch this all over the replay, and the hundreds of people who had watched this live, right? If you're watching it now, this is, if you don't already have your ticket and the ticket's only $40-something, what the hell are you doing? What the hell are you doing? No, I'm not even kidding. And I'm not trying to make people, bro, I'm not even trying to make people feel bad. Listen, y'all.
I am.
I didn't, by the way, he's like, I am.
Yeah,
bro, I didn't know, by the way, I did not know that Luis was only charging $40-something. Get your ace.
There's a VIP ticket, right? So
how much is the VIP? Bro, get the VIP ticket. What are you doing? Bro, and by the way, look, I can say this because I have spent hundreds of $1,000s getting in rooms like this. I spent hundreds of thousands of dollars. So, and I know the only reason why Luis is doing this because it's his first one, because I'm going to talk to him about this. But listen, y'all, $40, get in this room. Let me tell y'all, the greatest advancements I have ever made in my life, I mean this from the bottom of my heart, were when I parted ways with some dollars to get in the right room. Get in the room, right? Connect with people, right? Just sometimes even if you're nervous, just hearing and being around the energy, man, it revitalizes you. And get in that room this weekend,
you
y'all.
can't get that through a YouTube video,
no,
right?
You cannot.
So once again, we'll take it back to the beginning. The 3 things you need to be successful, not only in real estate, in any business in the world, is 1, action, right? The
Yep.
action to get to this event.
That's right.
2 is the education. The education
You're gonna get
all
at the event.
At the event.
Mhm.
And 3, and most importantly, in my opinion, the connections you're
That
gonna
you make
make
at the event.
that
I
you're not
always-
gonna watch through videos. Right?
Every
You're
time
not-
I host, bro, I always say, if I ever host an event, I always say this, Cece? One of the things I always say, bro, is I'm like, as much effort as we put on the event and as much value you're gonna get from the stage, you're not gonna get a fraction of the value from the stage as you are from
the
during the
people.
lunchtime and the
Yeah,
break,
yeah. It's-
connecting with people, exchanging numbers.
going out afterwards, like it's not just show up, learn, and leave, right? That you're losing.
No.
You're losing at
That's
that
right,
point,
yep.
right? Because you could have watched a video that told you
100%.
what you would. But
Julio, bro, I told Luis, I was like, bro, I'm coming to speak at your event. This is not going to be a thing where I'm going to be speak on the stage and then leave, bro. I
Nah.
myself want to connect with the people in
Yeah.
there. I'm going to be there from early before it even starts to the end after it finishes because
go.
I see the value in that. I see the value in this. So and I'm not saying I'm better than anybody here.
no,
But we certainly are pretty
Yeah.
advanced. So it's like, what does that tell you? Get your ass at that event. I'm serious.
So
If you are anywhere in North Carolina, South Carolina, anywhere in this the tri-state area, right? Anywhere in this area, you need to be at that event. I mean that from the bottom of my heart.
awesome. So there's not left for me to say, guys. Like that was perfectly said. We'll see you guys this Saturday at the event, guys. For that price, to be in the same room, the information. It's a gift.
Yep.
It's a gift from Luis. Yeah,
That's right. It is a gift.
His first event, so take advantage.
Yeah.
It's like selling your first deal for $750.
Exactly. Wow.
Right. So guys, this is it, guys. This is it. The education you need
Mhm.
to make you successful, to change your life. It's going to be this Saturday, right?
Mhm.
And the old version of you has to die
Mm.
for the new version of you to be born, right? So see you guys this Saturday. And thanks again for coming, bro.
Yep. Deuces.